सरस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So we'll discuss from Prabhupada's purpose session because Shakti Prabhu is in some brahmachari retreat, will not be there for this week. Here we'll see what Prabhupada has spoken on this chapter. This is the 15th chapter where it's a description of kingdom of God. Maitreya Uvacha Prajapatyam tu tat tejaha paro tejo hanam dithi Vidhara Varshani Satam Shankamana Surata. Maitra said, my dear Vidura, Diti, the wife of sage Kashyapa, could understand that the sons within her womb could be a cause of disturbance to the demigods. As such, she continuously bore the powerful semen of Kashyap Muni, which was meant to give trouble to others for 100 years. This is very interesting that they have that power also and they're responsible also. We have discussed this previously. How, according to the modern standards, Titi is the most chaste, controlled, and great austere sage according to modern age because she just want to unite with her husband to have children only. She want to take responsibility of what she is doing. Nowadays, they just enjoy. They don't want to take responsibility also. But here we see Titi, she is taking responsibility. She is not just doing for no for sake of enjoyment. This is the first thing. And here we see that not only that, she has that power to hold the children in the womb for 100 years. It's not such a easy thing. The great sage Sri Maitreya was explaining to Vidura the activity of demigods, including Lord Brahma. When Diti heard from her husband that the sons she bore within her abdomen would be cause of disturbance to the demigod, she was not very happy. There are two classes of men, devotees and non-devotees. Non-devotees are called demons and devotees are called demigods. No sane man or woman can tolerate the non-devotees giving trouble to devotees. Diti therefore was reluctant to give birth to her babies. She waited for 100 years so that at least she could save the demigods from the disturbance from that period. And what happens is all the descendants they became daityas only. All the children of Diti, they are all daityas. Because once you start, it's a chain reaction. It continues only. Now you cannot take it back. She just did one mistake, and whole species of demons are created. Daityas are created. These children are daityas, and whole whole species are created. Very because they are very responsible people, and they are kept in a very responsible post. If a person in a responsible post performs a mistake, the payment will be done by all the people who are below. Say, for example, if a president of a country, if he does some mistake, and what happens, and the news is made public, then other countries they will blame whole country. Oh, your country, your president is like this. The whole country, if they go to say some other country, some of the citizens, you say, oh, you are coming from so and so country, and I heard your president is like that. So they also get the blemish. Same thing, if he is doing very good activity, if they go to their country, oh, your country, you have a very good prime minister, you have good president. So what happens is the responsible post they have taken, it has effect on the subjects or people who are under them. Same thing here. Diti, she did one mistake because they are very very great personalities. Like we now further, it is going to come the fight between Daksha and Shiva, where they curse each other. When they curse, the curses not only affect they both each other, but all the people till now the curses are affecting. Same thing Diti did mistake in the beginning of creation, till now it is affecting. Same thing Brahma, he went behind walk, till now there is twilight and people are afraid of it. That means the beginning of creation, anything is done wrong, it's done. You cannot take it back. You have to pay for it. Same thing now, if a child is small, mother and father are responsible. From the before the birth of the child only they are responsible. What to speak of when he is in the womb and when he comes out of the womb till first 4 years. So before entering the womb till the age of 4, parents are 100% responsible for the child. Whatever he is, they can change the personality of the child. They can give very great spiritual vibrations and sanskaras if they stop doing sense gratification for first 4 years. There is a chance. Diti tried something like that. She hold in her children, but the programming itself is wrongly done. That is the point. Tanvas, their mentality is like that. They cannot be changed. But because she repented, then there was some change in the programming. What was the change? She got one Prahlad, who is a grandson, and after Prahlad's grandson is Bali Maharaj. Of course, that is Prahlad's mercy. So she got two advantages. लोके तेनाहता लोके लोकपाला हतो गसः न वेद्यन् विश्वसृजे धान्त व्यतिक्रम दिशाम्. By the force of the pregnancy of Diti, the light of the sun and moon was impaired in all the planets, and the demigods of various planets, being disturbed by that force, asked the creator of the universe, Brahma, what is this expansion of darkness in all directions? That means it's a, we'll see what purpose is on this. It appears from this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam that the sun is a source of light for all the planets in the universe. The modern scientific theory, which states that there are many suns in each universe, is not supported by this verse. It is understood that in each universe there is only one sun which supplies light to all the planets. In the Bhagavad Gita, the moon is also stated to be one of the stars. There are many stars, and when we see them glittering at night, we can understand that they are reflection of sun, of reflectors of light. Just as moonlight is a reflection of sunlight, other planets also reflect sunlight. And there are many other planets which cannot be seen by our naked eyes. The demonic influence of the sun in the womb of Titi expanded darkness throughout the universe. This is a very nice understanding that if there is some good son that is born, he will make the whole family bright. If it's a bad son, he will create darkness. And here, because Diti and Kashyapa, there Kashyap Muni is responsible for the creation of so many species in this universe. All the replied plants, trees, bees, so many snakes, birds, all of them came from Kashyap Muni. So he is like very major personality. Daksha created daughters. Kashyapa married the daughters and created the progeny like that. And here we see that he is creating, so he is responsible. And now here Prabhupada is giving another different point here discussion. He says the sun is a source of energy, and there is some place between the heavenly planets and Bhuvar Mandala. We are staying in Bhu Mandala. Sun planet system is Bhu Mandala, and above that is Swargloka, and between there is Antariksha. In the Antariksha, there are stars. So this is where the stars are located below Swargloka. Now, according to scientists, they are all different suns and they are at different far. Then they say that this is about different universes. If you are seeing sun, otherwise in one universe only one sun. This is Bhagavatam's version, and we accept Bhagavatam. Why? Because in Bhagavatam don't change. Scientists today they will say something, tomorrow they will say something. So it is very simple. Why we follow Bhagavatam? Because Bhagavatam don't change. And the people who are accepting Bhagavatam are also great personalities. Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Deva Goswami, such Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, such great personalities are accepting Bhagavatam. Now, very important point what I want to say is if we, in case if we don't complete our bhakti in this lifetime, if we have faith on Bhagavatam, and what should be our faith? That Bhagavatam is sufficient, I don't need anything. That is the faith we need. If you get that much faith that I don't need anything other than Bhagavatam, then it is guarantee that we will be devotees next life. Otherwise, there is a risk. We should not have, this is the most important faith we should have. Only Bhagavatam, that's all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached that, and Prabhupada also took only Bhagavatam to the West to preach. No other book needed, only Bhagavatam. That's it. We are successful for at least our path to Godhead. If not this lifetime, future it is guaranteed. And if you want to help any of your family members, if you can give them this faith, because many people read Bhagavatam, they say, very good book. And then they go for next book. It won't work like that. I mean, if you want to help your family members, if you can make them convinced that only book needed is Bhagavatam and nothing else. This Shraddha, this faith if you can create, you have done good job for yourself and your family. And what happens is Lord will help them to remember that sanskaras again and again. That's actually what happens. Lord will help them to, he revives the sanskaras in next life also. Now why we are here? Because we have practiced something in past life, that's why we are doing. And what happens is Lord helps us to, that sanskaras which we did last time, last life bhakti, they came up. They came up means Lord only will make 10.15. Mattasmatir Jnanam Apoham. He is the one, he will revive that sanskaras and remind us, oh, you are a devotee last life. So again and again, Lord revives the devotional sanskars which we have done. Sukruti will come again and again because of which we are reminded. And in that way, we'll say. So next life also, if in case if you are not going back from back to God at this lifetime, there is, if we have developed that this is the only thing I need, I don't need anything else, and this is the only thing I want to practice, that's we are in safe position. Because we may not be able to, some may not be able to do in one lifetimes. I am sure for me also. One lifetimes I am not sure, but at least the safe point, we should be on a safe direction, is when we understand that I don't need anything other than Bhagavad. That's all. And Prabhupada is also very clear. Now it is very difficult for somebody who is reading modern astronomy and all this cosmology. For them, it's so difficult to digest this. But we will digest, because I don't want to take chance of doubting Bhagavad. That's, even if I don't understand, also I say, okay, we pray that I don't understand this, but I have faith that somehow this is right and I should go in that direction. Like Deva Uchu Tamayetat Vibhovetta Samvignanyat Vayam Drisham. न हि अव्यक्तं भगवतः कालेनास्मृतवर्त्मनः. The fortunate demigod said, O great one, just see this darkness, which you know very well and which is causing us anxieties. Because the influence of time cannot touch you, there is nothing unmanifest before you. Prabhupada says, Brahma is addressed herein as Vibhu and as the personality of Godhead. He is the supreme personality of Godhead's incarnation of mode of passion in the material world. He is non-different in the representative sense from the supreme personality of Godhead. Therefore, the influence of time cannot affect him. The influence of time, which manifests as past, present, and future, cannot touch higher personalities like Brahma and the demigods. Sometimes demigods and great sages who have attained such perfection are called Trikalagni. They are able to be aloof from time. Time is a very difficult element. We have discussed in the chapter of time very elaborately that how scientists cannot understand this time. It sometimes expands, it contrasts, it has different effect on different people, and it is continuously affecting all living entities. From the beginning of the class till now, in this 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, whatever, time has not affected any of us because we are reading Bhagavatam. Otherwise, if you did not do Bhagavatam in these few minutes, time is affecting us. We are chanting, we are hearing Bhagavatam, time will not touch. This is not my area. And because these personalities, Brahma, other demigods, great sages, they have constantly be in touch Supreme Lord. Their consciousness is always in a higher state, in a spiritual state. Time don't influence them. That is the secret. Now, if you want to be unaffected by time, that means, but still devotees are becoming old, they also die. But it is not because of time factor. It is Krishna's desire. Krishna makes things happen, but it is not like Prabhupada, beyond time. Prabhupada can choose. And he want, he can live. He want, he can stay. And it is not by time. It is, he desires Krishna's desire. Like we see his own Jayapatak's Maharaj. His time is not affecting. He is choosing when he want to live. He is giving promise. Don't worry. Unless TOF is complete, I am not going to live. And then where is the time? All the bodily parts, internal, external, everything is changed. Not all the internal parts of his body are changed. The brain where it got damaged, reptile brain that is called, the part where it gets damaged. 99.9% of the people they cannot survive. But Maharaj survived. That is first thing. And then his lungs, his kidneys, his this, that, heart, everything is changed. But where is the time factor? No time. He's choosing when to. They are actually called Trikalagya. One is they know, but another thing is they are beyond time. In the sense they can choose. Time don't have influence on. This is the advantage. Well, the way is how? If they are beyond the influence of mood. That means when it is possible, Mancho avyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyat. Mamcho abhyavichare bhakti. They are just doing for the pleasure of their guru. That's all. And that's why they are able to control. They know when they are going to live also. This happens for many people. So the point what I want to tell is this is a science. It is not some okay. We should also understand what is the logic because not everything can be understood by logic. But some logic is there that which Krishna is telling that if you are meditating on Supreme Lord constantly, abhyavachari bhakti, and there is every possibility that you are unaffected by the gunas and time. Like Deva Deva Jagadhatra Lokanatha Shikamani Paresham Aparesham Tvam Bhutanam Asibhavavit. O God of the demigods, sustainer of the universe, head jewel of all, head jewel of all demigods and other planets. You know the intention of all living entities in both the spiritual and material worlds. They are praising Brahmaji, all the demigods. And Prabhupada read, because Brahma is almost on an equal footing with the personality of Godhead. He is addressed here as the God of the demigods, and because he is the secondary creator of this universe, he is addressed as the sustainer of the universe. He is the head of all demigods, and therefore he is addressed here as the head jewel of the demigods. It is very difficult for him to understand everything which is happening in both the spiritual and material world. He is known, he knows everyone's heart and everyone's intention. Therefore, he was requested to explain this incident. Why was the pregnancy of Diti causing such anxiety all over the universe? So they also understood this is because of Diti's pregnancy. At least that much they could get the information, but they don't know why. So they are approaching Brahmaji and say, "Why so much? What is so dangerous about it?" They requested, they wanted to know about it, and that means something very bad is happening. Now, people in this previous ages they were having indications. They are called nimittas. Like nimittani cha pashyani viparitani keshava. Arjuna is telling to Krishna, I am seeing ill omens. They are common. Ill omens. So I don't think there is something good is going to happen after this war. All ill omens. Same thing Yudhishthir Maharaj saw when Krishna left this world. Saw the jackals are crying and horses are just trembling on it, and they're getting tears. There's no fire in the sacrificial arena, and so many such things. So people used to be very very sensitive. So that's why they're able to perceive that there is something bad. As soon as Yudhishthir saw there is quarrel between brothers, there is dissension, there is some cheating tendency, he said, "Oh, I cannot stay anymore. I'll leave." Maybe Krishna left. I am also going to leave. Now, people, it becomes so common. It does not affect only people. Every day they hear such news, and they become so immune to such news. It does not affect only them. Oh, somebody, there is a boy who killed uh, their brother, and somebody killed their mother. Somebody killed their husband, wife. This that. People say, okay, okay. So somebody killed their mother and father. Nobody, it does not affect only any of them. They are immune to it. They are just used. Previous age is not like that. They are so sensitive people. They understand that there is something wrong, and they 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 try to work on it. But here it is a different case, and they're asking Namo Vijnana Viryaya Maya Yedam Upayushe Grihita Guna Bhedaya Namaste Vyaktayonaye. O original source of strength and scientific knowledge, O all obeisances unto you. You have accepted the differentiated modes of passion from the Supreme Personality of Godhead with the help of external energy. You are born of the unmanifested source. All obeisances unto you. Rupa is saying the Vedas are the original scientific knowledge for all departments of understanding, and this knowledge of Vedas was first impregnated into the heart of Brahma by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Brahma is the original source of all scientific knowledge. He is born directly from the transcendental body of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, who is never seen by any creatures of this material universe, and therefore always remains unmanifested. Brahma is stated here to be born of the unmanifested. He is the incarnation of mode of fashion in material nature, which is the separated external energy of Supreme Lord. Everybody after Brahmana, for them only shelter is Brahma. In the sense, anything that happens, they can directly they approach Brahma and ask for help because they only see him creating. Narada also says, "So we see you creating," and everybody sees Brahma creating. So they accept this, and they feel that Brahma has the power to make some changes. If there is any alteration, everybody goes to Brahma. We see this also in 10th canto. When all the demonic forces increase, the demigods they go to Brahma. Brahma took them to the milk ocean. He meditated, and then Lord Vishnu he spoke to Brahma. Brahma reveals to others. So they approach Brahma, and that is the procedure they follow. With the help of Brahma, they try to understand the situations of this world, and this is actually what is happening. And he is he is actually making mode of passion is creating. Like we give the example, if somebody want to construct a house, he gives to a contract. If you want to destroy, it gives a contractor. But you want to maintain, he maintains himself. Brahma is creating. Sometimes Lord takes the role of a Brahma and he also does creation if there is no qualified person to take the post of Brahma. एतावानन्येन भावेन भावयन्त आत्मभावनम् आत्मनि प्रतो भुवनं param sadasadatmakam. O Lord, all these planets exist within yourself, and all living entities are generated from you. Therefore, you are the cause of this universe, and anyone who meditates upon you without deviation attains devotional service. Brahma is a pure devotee. By meditating on him, we get devotion. Teshan supakva yogana jita swasendriyatmanam labdayushmat prasadanam naku takshit parabhavaha. There is no defeat in this material world for persons who control the mind and senses by controlling the breathing process and who are therefore experienced mature mystics. This is because by such perfection in yoga they have attained your mercy. So this is the point. If anybody is controlling mind and senses, they actually becomes aloof from the modes. That is the point. And that is happening by mercy of Brahma. They attain Brahma Jnana, they attain Atma Jnana. All these things are mercy of Brahma, according to the demigods. And Prabhupada also writes this, he says, purport. The purpose of yogic perfection is explained here. So 2 days, 3 days back we had Yoga Day. But that Yoga Day is a political Yoga Day. Nothing to do with this yoga which is given by Patanjali. There, they wanted to make the country popular and other things. But the yoga which is taught here is just only at a very, very superficial level, at the level of health. Maybe slightly to develop their mental strength also, but not beyond that. But here, the purpose of yogic perfection is explained. It is said that an experienced mystic attains full control of senses and mind by controlling the breathing process. Therefore, controlling the breathing process is not the ultimate aim of yoga. What is the ultimate yoga? Controlling mind and senses. Now, what these people, when they do yoga, they want to make their mind and senses strong so that they can do nice sense gratification. Now, their health is not permitting for sense gratification, so they do yoga. It will help them to have good health. Their stomach size will reduce, weight will reduce, digestion will improve. Then what they will do? Kill more animals and eat. and then other other people they do because they want to look a good shape, good physique, so that they can attract others in a subtle and some mental sense gratification. And other things need not be mentioned. Everybody knows the obvious reasons. The point is that that is not the purpose of yoga. This is now what is happening. This is all political. This is nothing to do with anything spiritual. We should be very clear. People may be sympathetic for certain parties and certain things, but it should never be. We are nothing to do with any parties. That should be clear. Many devotees they they so much put in status and all, but it is not actually correct. Devotee should be free from these things. At least in the it should not even. I get affected sometimes, but I understand this is actually bogus. We have nothing to do with any political things. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's first instruction to Prabhupada. Political situations in the world, it is always going to change. But we should just focus on preaching Krishna consciousness. And that is the time when he's telling to Prabhupada, and Britishers are ruling India that time. And now if you see, it is all Indians only are ruling. So why we should bother? So that is not the purpose of yoga. This is all political. Purpose of yoga is controlling mind and sense. The real purpose of yogic performance is to control the mind and senses. Anyone who has such control is to be understood to be an experienced, mature mystic yogi. It is indicated herein that a yogi who has control over the mind and senses has the actual benediction of the Lord, and he has no fear. So the purpose is another important, that is to get rid from fear. In other words, one cannot attain the mercy and benediction of Supreme Lord until one is able to control the mind and senses. It is actually possible when one fully engages in Krishna consciousness. A person whose senses and mind are always engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord has no possibility of engaging in material activities. This is the point. So we should not be interested in material activities. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not interested to meet even King Prataprudra. He never met him as a king. Only one time he meets when he is after sweeping the car in front of the cart. He came as simple man. He met him. That's it. He was showing his mercy, but he didn't want to meet because he said, politicians, no, keep distance. This is we should not engage in material activities. That is mind and sense are controlled. Why mind always goes for dharma? This that no need. Not for devotees. The devotee of Lord are not defeated anywhere in the universe. It is stated, Narayana para sarvena kutaschana vidyati. One who is Narayana Parayan, devotee of Supreme Personality, is not afraid anywhere, whether he is sent to hell or promoted to heaven. So this is very, very important to understand. The purpose of life is to get rid of fear. Purpose of yoga is to control mind and sensor control. We can be free from fear. So I will tell some points about fear now. This is very important to understand. I will just why it is so important to get rid of fear. What is the uh, point? Prabhupada made a very nice point. I just will expand for you little bit. So if we try to analyze on this, just how fear is the motivation for all our activities. So that is the point I wanted to share. So this is actually the motivation. And fear comes because we forget Krishna. So bhayam ditya abhiniveshatasya ishadapetasya viparyasati. Now what happens is all the manifestation of our activities. Say now if a person is working, so it starts from childhood only. Say like a child, uh, when he is like yesterday I was coming in the flight, the child was in the lap of his father, very small, and then father went to washroom and he gave to the mother. And the child started crying because he is not seeing his father. And first he was in like the child was in crying first. So because he separated from the father, so he started crying. Then he became angry also. So that means anger and distress both are coming because of what? Because of fear. When you get separated, this is the first thing. Now people they do insurance, they go for insurance companies. Why they go for working? I was telling about. So fear, from fear comes what? Anxiety. Then there is anger. Now these two things are clear. Because of fear the child was killed. Now we see why people are working. So why people work? They want money. Why money? Because fear of future. So what is they say? Oh, how will I get food? How will I get shelter? They may say, okay, you want to have working because you want to enjoy. Also, you get facilities. But apart from that, people accumulate. Okay, if you are working, you can spend all the money. Now, say today I got 1 lakh salary, then I can spend all the money in enjoying. Why am I saving then? So saving is because of saving money. What is the motivation? Fear. Everything is coming because of fear only. And people they purchase 3 houses, 4 houses, they are greedy. So the greed is because of fear only. And people want post and position, power. This is also because of fear. They feel that I will be neglected. So they want to hold things. Like say why there is a problem between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law? Because both want to control the son. They feel that I am losing my power. There is a fear in mother-in-law's in mother's mother that I lose my son, and there is a fear in the wife that my husband won't listen to me. Both are fighting because of fear only. Politicians they want to have power because there is a fear. I will lose control. That's why they do all sorts of things. So this is that means the motivation to work, the greed, lust also in one way enjoy, post position, anger, anxiety, all these things are coming because of fear. Motivation to work, saving, why construct house? Because fear from thieves. We want to have good gated community, society, security, and then there should be alarms, CCTV cameras, all this reason because people are fearful that they will lose. More a person earns, no, more he will be in fear that I may lose it. He will have a big house with more security, more dogs, more wiring and current wiring and so many burger alarms and other things. No, these all things happens because people they are fearful. They work because of fear. So whole motivation if you see, and why fear is there? Because two reasons. One is uh, because one is we are forgetful of Krishna, and because of which what happens? Abnivesh. We start identifying ourselves with body and mind. That causes fear. If we control senses and mind, then we will not be affected by it. So the reason of fear, one is same thing. We forgetful of Krishna, identifying with God. Now what happens is, this is important. Now why we acharyas and scripture so many times tells don't do sense gratification. We have heard this many times. So don't do. Now why it is told again and again, don't do sense gratification? Because when we do sense gratification, what happens is we forget Krishna. We, for us to remember Krishna becomes difficult. Say for example, if a mother got a small child, then the child gives so much pleasure to mother that she forgets Krishna only. Most of the times, she gets so much emotional pleasure on the child. For the mother to remember the child is very difficult in that way. So, and same thing, if we do any sense gratification at that time, to remember Krishna is very difficult. Nice movie is coming. People are watching. How much possibility of remembering Krishna? Any nice food item, like say, I went this Chardham Yatra. Many people they came for sightseeing. They are not interested in. Now, if you enjoy the nature, then we forget the creator of the nature. We can see the nature, but we should always remember the creator. If creation is so beautiful, how beautiful is the creator? So that is actually, so this is how we should enjoy. That's why Krishna is giving Vibhuti Yoga. Yadyat Vibhuti Matsatvam Srimadurjitameva Tatta Teva Gachanta Mama Tejamshi. Try to understand anything you are enjoying, even if you are drinking water, the taste of water is me only. Krishna is so clear. Anything you are seeing, anything best, it is me only. If somebody is performing any good activity, you should know, oh, it is Krishna manifesting through him. Anybody is very beautiful, handsome, and very talented, any talent, anything, it is Krishna only who is manifesting through him, Krishna's energy. In that way, we should always appreciate Krishna. We should see Krishna. Then what happens? We will not forget Krishna, and then we will not be fearful. Otherwise, immediately we separate mental energy from Krishna, then there is abhinivesh, then there is fear. Now people go at least Char Dham. Why we should go to all, like no Ambarish Maharaj saying that the Tatpada Saroja Sar. I go to use my legs for going to the holy places. No? So Tatpada, what is it? Forgot the look of Ambarish Maharaj says that visiting the holy places. If you go for say instead of going Char Dham, you can go to Ooty, Manali, Shimla, Darjeeling, such places. Problem in going to such places is 100% there is chance that we will not be able to remember Krishna. And if you go to Chardham, there are some people who are chanting the name of Lord, and it says they remind you to remember Krishna. So that is the greatest loss for any living entities if he forgets Krishna, even for a moment. That's how acharyas feel, and it is big achievement to remember Krishna for few minutes in a day also, for conditions also. Now this is the problem. So sense gratification, like say why devotee should not watch movies. The point is it's not whether watching movie or not. The point is we forget Krishna, that is the problem. Watching movie is not the problem. Forgetful of Krishna is the greatest problem, which is not to be done. Any sense gratification, we say, wow, we'll cook a nice feast. Why we tell offer to Krishna and take prasadam? Because at least we will be conscious that it is Krishna's mercy I am eating. So in that way we will remember Krishna. Say Anna Pavo, Radha Krishna Gunugavo. That's what we tell. Na? So when you are taking this prasada, what we should do? Radha Krishna Gunugavo. Every morsel we remember Krishna, glorify Krishna and this is the method. Forget. There is no pleasure in this world other than being with Krishna. The real pleasure. Any pleasure we enjoy in this material world, forgetful of Krishna, is causing karma for us. It's cause of bondage. It's cause of fear. This is actually what is the point. It's not that uh, why we are against. We are not against, but we are telling it will not serve the purpose. That's the point. Children are not encouraged so much sense gratification because they have to be trained in controlling mind and senses. Otherwise, I saw like I was sitting at airport, I was seeing so many people are coming. Their shapes are very odd shapes because they have money. They just do sense gratification. They eat, and then they have very big problems. The point is because their senses are not controlled, mind is not controlled, and they were so odd dresses. I was thinking they can be simple also, but their mind is complicated, so this is also becoming complicated. They don't know what they're wearing also, so it's so complicated dress because it's a state of mind actually. This is uncontrolled mind, uncontrolled senses. This is actually what is the situation, and it is causing so much fear also for them. Everybody is so fearful. And this is all forgetful of Krishna. This is advantage if somebody is little detached, they can see things very easily. You see, oh, and if you know how things work, then we'll be little careful. Any questions, comment on this? Clear. Fear is the cause of all motivations in this world. Big houses, people are working so hard, country against another country, within the same country, big cities, everything. Motivation is fear. Fear is because we separated, we don't remember Krishna. Yeah, healthy fear is also there. We should be fearful of Maya. We will be caught by Maya and then we will have to be in this world. So we are fearful of Maya. But yes, Shivakumar,
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams Prabhu.
then
Prabhu, one question, Prabhu. For if someone is not say interested in spiritual life, and there are few in of my acquaintances, Prabhu, they kind of come from this background. They argue from this background. If I work within the rules of material nature, in the sense not I'm not living a sinful life. Do I have an option of not taking up bhakti or spiritual life, but I want to live a pious life and operate within the laws of material nature? Is what the question that they asked, Prabhu.
even then also, bro, there should like say now, if I come to your house,
Mm.
I just come, I follow all the rules. I wash my hands, I wash my legs, I
Mm.
go to the fridge, I take the vegetables, I cut, I do it properly, I cut vegetables properly, I
Mm.
cook all the rules. But I
Mm.
don't even acknowledge you that you are there in the house.
Mm. Mm.
It
Mm.
will look very odd. Array, you are coming to my house and make. I will say, Array, I am following all the rules of cooking. I am following all the rules of cleanliness. I am following all the rules of all
Mm.
the standards. You should acknowledge the owner of the house. It is not your house. Similarly, you are taking air, you are taking wind, you are taking
Okay.
food, you are taking all the things, and you are telling, I will not acknowledge the person who is giving. At least you should be grateful for the, even if you don't want to be devotee, at least acknowledge, na? Acknowledge that there is Supreme Lord who is giving me all these things. Should be grateful to him. If you are grateful, then you can enjoy also. That is not wrong. You can enjoy, but acknowledge and enjoy. That's what the process of yajna called. At least once in a day, you say thank you to the Lord. Just 10 minutes you spend, you say thank you, my Lord, for giving all these things. And it's all yours by your energy, by your mercy, I am able to do it. Even if a person acknowledges, then he is eligible without getting reaction, he can enjoy. And Lord is creating that facility. That facility is yajna. The system of yajna is basically acknowledgement. That's why parasparam bhavayantam. So demigods are giving in supply to you, and in turn you perform an yajna. Yajna is basically an expression of our gratitude. So like you got Sankranti day you yajna. After getting all the grains, you offer in sacrifice. You give in charity. Not that everything you have to give. Some part you give as charity and yajna you do. Because you got so many grains, it's mercy of Lord, you acknowledged.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
That is the system.
So, Prabhu, even if they not acknowledge Krishna, the absolute truth, bare minimal they have to acknowledge the demigods, right? Because it's within the purview of the Pratyaksha Anubhava itself on daily basis.
Yeah. Even if they acknowledge demigods also, then they will get something. It's they will be benefited by demigods because at least they, like say, if I don't know the owner, but if I know the manager of the house, and then if I just go and ask the manager, okay, I'm doing it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Even manager, he knows that I am not the person, but at least he will not be so much bad. At least you are acknowledging the manager. I don't know the owner of the house. Manager is okay. Like.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any questions? Yes, Umakant. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I am unmute. Yeah, request has come. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, bro.
So one question is that, yes, I was traveling in the car. Okay, I was listening to the kirtans for some time.
Yeah.
But after some time, a long drive. I'm talking about a long drive. Whenever I go for a long drive to my farmhouse and all, sometimes what I do is that I listen to some of the old songs. Movie songs. I'm talking.
Yeah.
So these movie songs are, what I do is that in that movie song also, while listening to the movie song also, I do not forget Krishna. I say, Lord, thank you. I'm able to listen to this nice music because of your mercy. I'm driving the car and happily this song is coming. And in that song also I relate to Krishna only. The songs are like that the songs wordings are like that relate me to Krishna.
Yeah.
So is that wrong? Though they are movie songs, I see that relatedness to Krishna only in that movie songs because those wordings are like that. They connect me to Krishna.
Yeah, this is like na bro, this is enjoyment in heavenly planets. They also enjoy. Then the Swargaloka, they know it is coming from Lord, but they want to have their own way of enjoying. And devotion is how our enjoyment is because Krishna is enjoying, we are enjoying. It's not our enjoying separately. This is a difference. So if Krishna enjoys kirtan, we enjoy kirtan. If Krishna enjoys dancing, we enjoy that dancing. So it is Krishna will enjoy, and then we take it as prasadam. So if Krishna enjoyed that kirtan because it is Krishna's name, we'll enjoy it. Because it is offered to Krishna, we'll enjoy it because it is prasadam. So let Krishna enjoy. If he enjoyed that music, I don't think Krishna will enjoy film songs. So then we'll say, okay, Krishna did not enjoy this. Let it be. But we still have that tendency. Slowly, slowly it will go because we'll start connecting. We want to listen Bhagavatam, and there are some other stories also, some nice stories. But because why Bhagavatam? Because Krishna enjoys it. Anything Krishna enjoys, we want to enjoy that only because we are in Krishna's party.
Okay. For example, one more question. Similarly, yesterday I just wanted to, okay, I wanted to bring some wafers, Belgian chocolate wafers for the children. Wafers are a different kind of a chocolate food, which is completely vegetarian. So I brought it and I offered to Lord. Okay, all the wafers I offered to Lord, chocolate wafers and all. Then we took it as a prasadam. Can it be done like that, Prabhu?
Yeah. That is allowed. That is we want and Krishna. We want to give different varieties to Krishna. So anything good in this world should be given to Krishna only. And because
Yeah,
Krishna enjoys, so we'll also enjoy it.
yeah.
So it is not wrong. Any best in the world, anywhere you get, you bring it to Krishna and offer it, and that is meant for Krishna's enjoyment. It is very bona fide, and we can take. That's not a problem. And
Okay.
Krishna takes pizza also because if he's in Italy, he will take pizza. If he's in
Yeah,
any
yeah.
other country, he will take best of that country and he will enjoy it.
Yeah, in South Africa, I was there, Prabhu. They were offering pizza also, cake also.
In India also they offer true, but in not in devotees' houses also they they make pizza and all.
Yeah, they offer. I've seen in Africa, they offer pizza, cake, biscuits, everything they are offering. Chocolate also they offered. They gave to me also.
Yes.
Thank you.
Correct.
Hare
Any
Krishna.
other questions? Okay. Thank you all very much. We will continue tomorrow. This week, Rose is not there, so we will try to complete. Hare Krishna. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Yantara Srimad Bhagavatam.